Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, July the 2nd, National Anisette Day. Am I saying that right? Anisette, National Anisette Day.
I don't know.
All right, and it's also National Hop a Park Day. Sunday, July the 3rd, National Chocolate Wafer Day, National Compliment Your Mirror Day. Hey, you're looking good over there, mirror. National Eat Your Beans Day, and National Fried Clam Day. All of those things happening this weekend. And I've got a guest, Tim Kennedy. He is the author of a book called Scars and Stripes.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, and I thought, what a perfect guest to have on Independence Day weekend. So super excited to visit with him. And I Googled what does the Anisette Day mean? What is this all about? And it's a colorless, sweet liqueur flavored with aniseed.
Oh.
Of course. Can't believe you didn't know that, Heidi. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. According to a recent study, 63% of people said their partner looked worse than they did prior to the pandemic. I'm guessing they asked this without the partner
Without their
there.
partner present.
According to a 2021 research study from American Psychological Association, the APA, 42% of U.S. adults had experienced unwanted weight gain amid the pandemic, putting on an average of 29 pounds. According to Advanced Dermatology's research. So I don't feel quite as bad now. Not only did 57% say their partner had gained a little bit of fat amid the pandemic, 21% said they'd make changes to their partner's stomach if they could. So like, if you could change that, would you? They're like, yeah. So Heidi's over there nodding yes. We're both trying to lose weight. We're both trying to lose weight, and we're actually like trying to get in the groove of actually doing that now because it's a problem. All right. Surveys and studies.
It's a real problem.
Yeah. Surveys and studies and such. Brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know living near a busy road can increase your risk of premature death by about a fifth? Yeah. According to new research, scientists in New York University say being exposed to above average levels of air pollution were 20% more likely to die over the next 14 years. So people who live by busy roads with a lot of smog coming from them. Mainly cardiovascular disease, by the way. Study also showed that rates of heart attacks and stroke go up by about 17% among those living near heavy traffic. The findings open the door to screening programs and preventative measures that could improve your chances of survival. So they're saying what we've known for a long time, that, you know, just getting some good fresh air is good for you.
It's very good for you.
So if you do live near a busy road, if you have the opportunity.
Not only good for the body, but good for the soul.
I like that, Heidi. I agree.
Yeah.
But if you do have the opportunity to get away once in a while, just, take in some fresh air, I encourage that. All right. There we go. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Johnny Depp is rumored to be getting paid over $300 million to return to Pirates of the Caribbean. I think this story has already been debunked.
I think so, too.
He was dumped back in 2018. Pretty sure I read, because this story I got, 3 days ago.
Right.
And I think maybe 2 days ago they came out going, yeah, that's not actually true. So I've got the story if you want to read it, but I'm just also telling you, I think there's an update if you look for it. Do you remember the first time you got in a fender bender?
Oh, yes.
I remember mine. And Ben Affleck has a son that's 10 years old. Apparently, he got in a car accident in a car
10 years old?
near $250,000. Ben and his fiancee J-Lo went with Samuel, who Affleck shares with ex-wife Jennifer Garner, to a luxury car rental dealership in L.A. At some point, Sam got behind the wheel of a yellow Lamborghini.
Oh, my God.
The engine was running. He bumped something or did something and backed the vehicle into a white BMW. So,
Oh, my God.
Ben Affleck says everybody is fine. You know, he didn't offer any more than that. Just, everybody's fine, so don't worry about it. It's a kid. Leave him alone. I agree with that. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. You know how when you were a kid, all the stories you read, like sci-fi movies, they promised by now we'd be riding around in flying cars.
Right.
We are one step closer, Heidi. Thomas Pattinson, owner of a Swedish company called Jetson, that's right, Jetson,
cute.
has completed the first ever commute in an $83,000 space-age flying car. He pilots the Jetson 1. It's a vehicle. He took it from Italy to a building in Tuscany. He called the trip a trip to his workplace, a momentous occasion for electric vertical takeoff and landing, EVTOL.
Okay.
Anyway, there's 8 electric motors. Flight time of 20 minutes, can reach top speeds of 63 miles per hour. Futuristic vehicle is constructed from a race car-inspired lightweight aluminum space-age frame and carbon Kevlar composite body. Runs on high-distance lithium batteries. Jetson 1 and the company Jetson has sold all of their production for 2022, taking orders for next year. The company says that they are working on making this easy for anyone to pilot within 5 minutes of sitting behind the wheel.
Wow.
So I think that's fascinating, but I just don't know if I'm ready for it yet.
I don't think I am.
Yeah, so I think our story coming up later is our weird news. If not today, maybe this is coming up later. But there's like a flying fortress now too that I'm not quite ready for. I don't know if that's in the show today. Maybe it's later. Simple way to avoid a cold is to carry your own pen. And you can get colds during the summer. They say pens are often needed at banks, doctor's offices, grocery stores, and elsewhere. Instead of using the pen that everybody else uses, if you bring your own, you reduce the germs that you are exposed to greatly. And they say
I'm
that
just not one of those people that worries about
Heidi's
germs
like,
at
she's
all.
Public pen, she sticks it in her mouth. Hang on
I'd
a second.
lick somebody's
looking for
pen.
something.
I'm not worried about it.
Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Independence Day weekend. Perfect time to talk with Mr. Tim Kennedy. He is a decorated Green Beret sniper, a UFC headliner, and just an awesome dude. He's got a brand new book out. It's called Scars and Stripes, an unapologetically American story of fighting the Taliban, UFC warriors, and myself. It sounds like a heck of a story, Tim.
Yeah, dude, the stories in there are pretty extraordinary. My life has been a roller coaster of disaster and failure, and it's all right there in black and white so people can read what it feels like to fight for a world championship and to be a loser. So those are pretty humiliating moments. Sometimes being a loser also makes you a winner, though, right? I don't know. Not when you're standing in the octagon and your hand is not raised. They call somebody else's name world champion. That one stinks pretty rad. Well, I'm sure that moment was not fun, but think of the things you learned from that and what that's done for you since that moment as well. Yeah, that's what the book's about. You know, that's all of the in-between moments. It's the struggles and the failures. While most people don't talk about those, all of those moments are in that book in pretty raw detail. You hear about the big fights, headliners against Michael Bisping and Robbie Lawler, UFC UFC welterweight and middleweight champions. But while I was in the gym training with John Jones and Rashad Evans, Cowboy Cerrone, and Carlos Condit, Brian Stan, the who's who, like the things that happened in between those fights, the struggles and the failures, like those are really the things that are relevant and is what we talk about in the book.
Sometimes you learn more when things don't go your way than you would if it was just a simple, smooth ride.
Oh, John, I want to give you a high five. That is what I preach to everybody that I talk to. It's really the purpose of pain. Like when I put my hand as a kid on something hot and I go, ow, man, that hurt. Like I learned pretty acutely. That's a self-correcting problem, not to put my hand back on that hot thing. For some reason, in this current era, we're trying to dull it. We're trying to medicate it. We're trying to dilute pain. Like I remember losing my first wrestling match and, going on to fighting for world championships. Had I not had those early losses or had my hand raised, even as a loser and gotten a participation trophy, like that would have dulled the pain of what it felt like to be a loser. And that loss is really what determined how hard I worked all through middle school and high school and then college to be the best athlete that I could, to go on to be a top number 1 ranked fighter on the planet.
And Tim, as I'm looking here, you've got some pretty cool things happening in your life. You've got a premium apparel company, Ranger Up, Sheepdog Response Tactical Company. You've been on the History Channel. You've done a lot of fun stuff. So loser is not the right word for you, my friend.
Yes, I'm wildly successful, but that success would not have existed without failure and without being a loser. And it's so frequently painted inaccurately. They're like, oh, look at this successful person. They did all these things. Like, no. Like, go back a little bit. Look at this person. I grew up, a police officer salary, a single income household, where we couldn't order a drink when we sat down the one time a month that we'd go out to get a pizza at Pizza Hut. And no, you can only have water because we didn't have enough money to get anything else.
Yeah.
Like there was no, here's, $10 million to start your company. It was absolute poor single income household, but with struggles and with sacrifice and with failure, really with a little bit of discipline, consistency, and then, kind of like I'm not going to give up attitude, success ultimately came around. But it's all of the failure that I'm really trying to make people understand that this is just part of the process, man.
Absolutely.
This is it.
I love that you had that not so great experience, but you moved on. Some people, when they have a bad experience, they dwell on it and then they just live there forever.
Oh, it is so dangerous. It is important to acknowledge it. It's important to like in the military, we do this thing called an AAR, an after action review. If a mission goes great, we still do an AAR. If a mission goes poorly, we still do an AAR, but the format's the same. We have improves and sustains. Improves are the things that we should have done better. Sustains are the things that we did well that we want to continue to do. And regardless of the outcome of the mission, if the mission was a complete failure, we're going to still look at that and be like, okay, what do we need to improve? But if the mission was an absolute success, we're still going to look at the failure moments and be like, what do we need to improve? And we need to do that with our own failures in life. Like, what should I have done?
Yeah.
If I'm trying to break a time for a marathon, okay, clearly I didn't diet right, I didn't prep right, I didn't get enough mileage in, I wasn't peaking at the right moment. And you could go back and figure out what those failure moments were, but we don't. We either relish and stay in the failure, and that's not healthy, or we just ignore it and dilute it and medicate it, and that's not healthy.
Tim, it's been an absolute honor to chat with you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Tim Kennedy, his new book is out right now, Scars and Stripes. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It takes food 7 seconds to travel from your mouth to your stomach. 7 seconds. Boom. Another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
After smoking, drinking, or eating spicy foods, your taste buds need 24 hours to fully recover. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Never really thought about that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A person's sharpest memories are from early adulthood, like in our 20s. So those are the memories you remember the very best. I don't know if that's true for me. I remember a lot of things from when I was a kid. Then there's like a 10-year window where nothing much happened. And then I met Heidi, and that was pretty good time. So. All right, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
About 163,000 pints of Guinness beer are wasted in facial hair every single year.
Really?
Yeah, that much beer that gets stuck in beards and whatnot. So there you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile Question of the Day, brought to you by mintervention.com. Yay! I forgot to do the A in the right place.
Yes, you did.
Yay! Hey, I got your question, though. This caused people to panic about 3 times every month. What is it? This.
Bills.
No. The answer is they felt like they have nothing to wear. Only 3 times a month? For me, that's just about every day. I'm like, let me see. Too
You
fat.
always wear the exact
I know.
same thing.
I'm like, too fat for that. Let's see. No, that's way too tight. How about this? No. Gonna go back with this same outfit I wear every day. All right. Mint Mobile Question of the Day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A very bizarre story. A man in Sweden with a gash in his leg got sick of waiting in the emergency room, so he sewed it up himself.
Oh.
And for his trouble, the hospital reported him to the police. The man told police that the hospital staff had set out a needle and a thread, and then they left. So he decided, I'll just take matter into my own hands.
Wow.
Yeah. So can you imagine sewing up your own leg?
No, I cannot.
Oh, that would have to be so. I wonder if he used some sort of thing to numb himself first. I don't know. That would be tough. That would be really tough.
I couldn't do it.
I'm pretty sure I couldn't do that either. Some people can. I mean, I am not one of those
No,
people.
I couldn't.
All right, very bizarre story. Like I said, weird news. It's brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. No way I'm going to get through all of these. I've got the top 20 hardest things to train a dog to do, according to pet parents. I have the entire list. I'll just hit some of them on here. We'll do on the list number 19, to stop begging. Yeah, we cannot get our dog to stop begging, but it's because we give in to her demands all the time. We should just stop
That's true.
doing what we do.
That's you. You do
What's
that.
another one? To stay. Apparently that's a tough one. To heal. To learn recall. What are some other ones on here? To behave when the doorbell rings. Oh, man, we really struggle with that one, too.
Yeah, that's where we
To greet people without jumping.
Yeah.
To toilet training. Our dog actually kind of learned that pretty quickly.
Our dog's great with that.
And the number one thing on the list, how to walk with a lead without pulling. Yeah, our dog sounds like
She
a
doesn't do that
asthmatic
either.
goose.
Yeah.
Walking, he's like she's just choking herself out. I'm like,
Yeah.
just calm down. She's just got this honking sound. Anyway, sorry for making that weird noise on the radio. I've got the entire list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today from funny man Ralphie May. He's actually passed away. That's really
Yes.
sad. He was a funny guy. I know some people who knew him. They were friends of his, and they said he was just the greatest man. Here is his quote for today. It says, as a man in a relationship, you have a simple choice. You can either be right or you can be happy.
That is true.
I was right once. It didn't last very long. That is the quote of the day. Oh, gotta say, I'm a very happy man. Comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Heidi is going to love this, by the way. Here's the headline. A text to the wrong number sends an act of kindness from Indiana to California. Heidi is a huge fan of wrong number texts.
I love them.
That makes her day. And now our daughter is the same way. She's like, oh, look, I got a text. It's the wrong number text. And then they have so much fun messing with people, always in a positive, funny, polite way. But here we go. A woman in Indiana sent a gift to an expectant couple in California after she received an invite to their baby shower accidentally. David and Candace recently welcomed their baby girl, Luna. Prior to their daughter being born, the couple, who live in California, had been preparing for a baby shower, and they sent out evites through text messages. Somehow, a message was sent in error to Angela White. She lives in Indiana. Every time I thought about it, I was like, I didn't get that text randomly. She said, I don't know why, but there was a reason why I got that text, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go with it. Those thoughts nudged her to send the couple a gift through her small business. She's got a blanket company. It's called Brave Blanket, I think. It's Brayve, Brave Blanket Company. Anyway, she included a nice little letter explaining that, hey, I got this message, accidentally, but I just couldn't help but do something. So here you go. And they were blown away by this act of kindness. Somebody they never even met before was so generous to send them a gift from thousands of miles away. Says, my mom kind of put it best, the young lady said. She said, it's just like, oh my gosh, Luna is so blessed. My mom never talks like that. She's so blessed and loved that a stranger even sent her a gift. This is so crazy. They reached out to a local news station to pay it forward, and they did a Zoom call with this lady and with the news station, and they had a chance to do a virtual meeting for the first time. That's really kind of a neat thing. Now, usually when Heidi gets a message that's wrong, it doesn't end like that, but it always ends with laughter, and everybody involved has a good time, don't they, Heidi?
Always.
Yeah. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.